Today, I am talking about why agents reject your query letters. Okay, let's dig in. A lot of writers feel when they get those rejections that they must not be a good writer, or I don't even know, but I get so many writers asking me, Stephanie, help me with my query. And it's really not that hard. There's just a few things that you need to know, and I know that you can perfect your query letter and get those requests. Tip number one for writing a strong query letter, it should be 1 page. That's it, 1 page. And it needs to have 3 parts. The parts are why you're submitting to that agent, specifically, be specific. Your pitch, and a short paragraph. Some agents say 2 or 3 paragraphs, but for the most part, the general rule is to keep it down to 1. It just needs to be short. Your pitch, which is 1 sentence, and then why you are writing this book. So what you should do is use this formula, which is X is Y until Z. X is your character, Y is what happens, and Z is gonna be the result or what will happen. That's the story part. Reason number 1 that agents are rejecting your query is that you did not address it to them. You sent out a bulk query. A lot of writers do this because they feel like, oh, if I send out tons of queries, I have a better chance. And that's just basic math. So I totally get that. But let me tell you, that never works with agents. Just imagine if you opened up your email box and it said, Dear Agent, or Dear, what do? You're a writer? Dear Writer. You would throw that right in the trash because it would look like spam. And also you would know that that person isn't talking to you. It's really, really important that you write specifically to that agent. Some agents like you to start with the pitch, and some like you to start with why you're writing to them. I'll leave that up to you because everybody is subjective. If you follow an agent on Twitter or any social media and they say anything contradictory to what I'm saying, feel free to change it. But this is what works for me. I get really high requests on my query letters. When I get rejections, it's usually something to do with my manuscript, which we will talk about in other videos. The reason number 2 that agents are rejecting your query letter is that your pitch is not clear. They don't know immediately what your story is about or what audience it's for, and it goes on and on and on. I'm gonna ask you to go to your favorite movie, favorite book, favorite TV show, go to IMDb, go to Amazon, go to Goodreads, go to anywhere that you have seen this book pitch because something made you pick it up. Something made you watch that movie. So I know that you can find it. Look at those examples. Another thing that you can do is take your existing story. Say it's about aliens coming down to Earth and taking over. So you could look at War of the Worlds. You could look at Mars Attacks. You could look at any movie that's similar or books that are similar and see their logline and how they did it. It's a really, really good way to practice your logline and or see if it's working. Another way to practice that logline is to do it with your friends, with your critique partner. It's really, really important that your 1-line logline, so 1 sentence. It's called a logline in TV and screenwriting. In books, it's usually just called a pitch, but it's really important that it's short, to the point, and it has a hook. The reason why agents are denying your manuscript or your query, you're getting rejected, is because the hook isn't strong. It has to have a hook. This is still a business. Even if you're writing the most literary, beautiful book in the world, it still needs a hook. There is a reason that 50 Shades of Grey sold so many copies. It's not because the writing is amazing, and I mean no disrespect to the author. That book sold because it had a great hook. And the same thing with Twilight, which actually 50 Shades of Grey was a fan fiction that started with a blog based on Twilight. I will admit, I love Twilight, but it's not for the prose. It is for the story. It had a great hook. And I actually, offhand, I don't have the logline in front of me, but I mean, I could tell you right now, if somebody asked me, what is Twilight about? I would say it's about this girl who moves to the Pacific Northwest and falls in love with a vampire. I mean, it's amazing. That's such a great hook. Make sure that you have a good hook in there. The next thing that your query letter needs is a short paragraph about you and why you're writing this book. This is something that I find stumps so many writers, especially new writers, who don't have a lot of writing credits. They don't know what to put there. You know what? It's totally fine if you don't have any writing credits. Say your screenplay, TV show, or your novel is about horses and you have been horseback riding since you are 5 years old. Put that in there. I love horses. I have been riding horses since I was 5 years old. I've been in these competitions. We own 2 horses, whatever it is. They want want to know that. The agent wants to know why you're writing that book. If you do have publishing credits, make sure that they correspond with what you're doing. So, just to recap, the things that need to be in your query letter are addressed specifically to the agent and why you are sending it to them, your hook, and a short paragraph, maybe 2 paragraphs about what your book is about, and 3, finally, something about you that tells them why you are writing this book. Another thing that I want to say about query letters and submissions, make sure to go to the agent's website. I am going to do a video about agents and how to find agents, but for right now, I'm just going to tell you, go to their website and you need to follow their submission guidelines. Don't try to be cute or clever or do anything outside the box. I know that a lot of us, especially us performers, I was an actress for a long time, we're told to always do something to stand out. This does not work with agents because they are getting so many that a lot of times if you do something that's not listed on their submission page, they will immediately, or their assistant will immediately just throw it out. Doesn't matter how brilliant it is. Make sure to always, always, always follow the agent's submission guidelines. Keep that query short, get to the point, enjoy writing it. You're talking about your story. I know you can do it. Please comment below. What do you have a hard time with queries? I would love to start a conversation about it. And if you want more information, please head over to my website. I send out newsletters. I also have a blog on Write. In the description, there's going to be tons of information with other people like me that can help you with your queries, and also other videos that other authors, agents have done about query letters. Thank you so much, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.